Hello and thank you so much for clicking and for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, why not subscribe, leave me a like, and of course leave any thoughts, comments and feedback that you might have on this video or any of the other videos, because I do appreciate all that stuff. But tonight, I'm feeling a little bit sad. I'm feeling a little bit dead inside after what I've just watched. Borussia Dortmund 1, Manchester City 2. Manchester City through to the semi-finals of the Champions League, and now it does look like they're on course to win a quadruple, because Tottenham, Jose Mourinho isn't going to stop them winning the League Cup. I don't see them losing this semi-final to Chelsea, and the league title is wrapped up. And you could say it's a remarkable achievement, and it is. Um, of course, they haven't done it yet, but I don't see it slipping up this time. Seems like it's all we hear every season is City on for the quadruple, but I think they overcame a big hurdle tonight in Germany against Dortmund, and I do feel a little bit sad. Really, I feel a little bit sad, sort of the way that this has sort of come about, because maybe I'm a little bit old-fashioned, but I like the romanticism around football. I like the way that we can look back at the stories of football throughout history, and certainly in my lifetime, or before my lifetime, you can look at Nottingham Forest winning back-to-back European Cups, and I can remember Arsenal, of course, going an entire league season unbeaten. That's a great story. Wenger came in, Arsenal were known as boring Arsenal, and he changed the culture at that club, and he changed the philosophy, and he changed the way they play, and he brought in these really exciting players, and he won them multiple league titles, as I say, going a season unbeaten. That's a great story. If you're an Arsenal fan, if you're just a football fan in general, I don't have to be an Arsenal fan to appreciate what he did for that club and what he did for football over here in England. You can, and this might pain me, but I have to say, 30 years without a title for Liverpool. They won it last year. Klopp came in a few years ago. He moved the Deadwood out of that club. He changed the mentality of the players of the club, and he built something, and they won the title. And again, like, you just have to go, fair enough. They played an attacking brand of football. Not there was investment in the squad, but it wasn't on the scale of Manchester City. And you look at United, winning that treble, core group of players there, Giggs, Scholes, Butt, Gary and Phil Neville, Beckham, core group of players there amongst a very talented squad. And before that, Fergie comes in, he has to change the culture of the club. There's that word again. He's got a massive job, and it's touch and go for a few years, but then he wins a trophy, and then he wins his the first league title, United's first league title in 27 years, and that's remarkable, and it just builds, and he built a dynasty. You can look at Jose at Inter Milan winning that treble with that sort of journeyman squad. You might not like Jose, you might not like his brand of football. That's a remarkable achievement. And then you look at Manchester City, and it's sort of like these other clubs, were sort of always there or thereabouts, or they were always challenging, they were always winning trophies, they were always in the hunt, they were always competitive. You look at Chelsea, and it's like before they got bought out, and some people say they bought the league title. You could say that they had huge investment, but before that they'd been winning multiple trophies and they'd been competitive. So it isn't like they just came out of nowhere. And then Manchester City get bought out, and they just seem to buy every every player that they desire. No expense spared. They win the title with Mancini. He has a core group of players. He wins the title. Then it happens again with Pellegrini. So then Guardiola comes in, and he's got, you know, again, the same players that had already tasted success with previous managers. So this is my problem that I've always had with Guardiola. The problem that I've always had is that every club that he's been at, he's just been given the keys to the city. That might sound bitter, and I don't care, because there's something fundamentally wrong there. When you can be touted as the greatest coach of all time when you've been given everything. And I do feel a little bit sick tonight. I do feel a little bit sick. And, if they go on to win this quadruple, fair enough. It's a remarkable achievement, but there's no romanticism to it, is there? It's boring. And I just don't care about Manchester City. I think it's a hollow club, and I think there's something seriously wrong when you can just be given absolutely everything, and everyone is just sort of closes their eyes and sort of doesn't look at what's really going on, and that is just that they have effectively bought trophies, and they will have bought the European Cup. And yes, Pep is a very good coach, and he has to get the best out of these players, and he has to implement his philosophy. But he's been given everything, everything along the way. And I think what really, really grates on my nerves is that no club has a divine right to be winning trophies or to be at the top of the league. But it actually pains me, probably more than Manchester City possibly winning a treble or a quadruple. What pains me more when I sit back, what pains me more is that my club, Manchester United, are not competitive in the way that we have been sort of through the years. Certainly throughout my lifetime. And I am not a fan that thinks that we deserve, just because we have won 20 league titles, that we should be top of the league. Because I don't believe that. There's an arrogance there. But I do think, we are a massive club, but we are now the fourth richest club in the world, which is a concern, because what's happening there? What is happening there? So that's a failure on Woodward's part, and the Glazers' part, but we are just not. We're not competing for these trophies. We're not competing for these trophies, and we're allowing Manchester City to get ahead of us. They'll never be a bigger club, but they're getting ahead of us and they're winning trophies, and that's what we should be doing. That's what Manchester United should be doing. So I do feel the sadness, and I do feel actually sick when I think about Manchester City winning a quadruple, winning a treble in this way. When you look back on this, when you look back on achievements in so many years' time, you will say Nottingham Forest, back-to-back European Cups. You will look at Arsenal, you will look at the Invincibles, you will look at 49 games unbeaten, you will look at Wenger and bringing a new style of play. Henry, Bergkamp, Perez, top quality players. You will look at United, and you will look at the class of '92. You will look at, you will look at, winning the treble. Winning that first league title in 27 years. You will look at players like Cantona. You will look at these really top quality players. You will look at the greatest manager of all time. You will look at Mourinho and what he did, at Inter with, again, that journeyman squad, phenomenal. But will you look back at Manchester City winning a treble or a quadruple with any of the same sort of romanticism or fondness. Even a team, even your rivals that win things, you don't want to see them win things, but you don't begrudge them because they do it in a certain way, and you know that they were always on the verge of doing it, and they were always competitive. But with Manchester City, they came out of nowhere, and it does pain me. It pains me that this is happening. It really pains me because who are Manchester City and where were they? And I don't begrudge any club, even rival clubs. I don't begrudge anyone, even though I don't want it to happen. I don't begrudge anyone winning something. That happens. Your club can't win everything, can't win anything at the minute. But I do begrudge Manchester City. I do begrudge them winning things, and this is like with the amount of investment that they have, with the amount of investment, the amount of money that is just thrown at that club, that is just given to Pep, to Guardiola, that they could go on and win, another quadruple or another treble, and that takes something away from what United achieved. That's a remarkable achievement, and they'll just make it look easy because they can just have so much investment, in the club, in the squad, and again, it angers me, it annoys me that we don't get, it doesn't have to be the same level of investment, but you look at our summer transfer windows, and when our squad needs rejuvenating, when we need new players, we don't get them. We don't get them, and where would we have been if we'd have got Sancho last summer? You've seen two players tonight in the Champions League quarter-final. Bellingham, 17 years old, we wanted him, we didn't get him. Sancho, we wanted him, we didn't get him. So it makes me sad really that is a remarkable achievement, winning the treble, and they'll never take it away from United. But um, that should be us, shouldn't it? That should be United, should be winning that, or certainly not Manchester City. And you can say what you want about this video, about what I'm thinking, what I'm saying here, but it's not good. It's not good for football. It's not competitive at the minute. And look, there's always been that one team that sort of dominates for a decade or whatever, and that's nothing new. But I think the way that things are going now, it's not it's not something I like. I don't like it. I'm just being as honest as I can as a fan, as someone that loves United, that loves football. I don't like the way that City play, actually. I find it really dull. But I don't want to just get into that because that's another video for another time. But, that's it. And I just feel sad. But let me know what your thoughts are anyway on City possibly winning the treble or the quadruple. Post any comments, thoughts, feedback on this video or any other videos, and of course leave any likes or subscribe if you haven't done so already. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all soon.